Yo, guys, what's going on? LuckyRave is back again to give you guys my live stream discussion slash review on Dead Rock Chapter 15. And oh my god, dude, I've been saying it. I've been saying it since day one. Dead Rock, we're 15 chapters in. Presumably, if I'm still estimating the chapters correctly, this is like what? Probably the midpoint of volume 4. If not like the penultimate chapter of volume 4. It's one of those two things. We are very much in the fourth volume of Dead Rock, but as far as like chapter placement, you got one or two things. You either have this chapter being the second chapter of volume 4, which would leave us with two more chapters, right? For volume 4. Or scenario B, which is this is very much the penultimate chapter of volume 4. And whatever we get next chapter, which will be in October, that's going to be something else. But needless to say, I'm already a minute in, minute and a half. Let's just dive into the chapter. Okay, let's dive into chapter 15. The chapter title is called Ghost, which is gonna say a lot for what the chapter is. But we get a nice, amusing cover page of Choco and Honey. This is actually amusing, okay? Not gonna lie, this is really, really amusing to see. Just like a clash between Choco and Honey. And like superhero, super villain esque design. Fate against the battle of the Titans. Who will win? Obviously, that's not what that says, but throw in my own little captions, if you will. But let's just go ahead and dive right into chapter 15 right now. So, Dead Rock Field Day, Dead or Alive, is a killing game held on a massive battlefield. A hellish event. Taking down a student is worth 1 point. Teachers are worth 10 points. The class that gets the most points wins an audience with God, which we know is like one of Yakuto. Like that's his like main like prima goal, to kill God for what happened with, his people, for his home, for his parents. Okay, specifically that. So we know that setup that's there. Then we cut over to Honey, and Honey is like just beating people on the head with the hammer. And then you have Frey taking on some fools too, which is really amazing to see. And then you have Choco. She's like, "Look, Class F's got 4 points now." Frey's being so excited. Yeah, I love this field day. We're killing each other though. Are you stupid? This is Honey talking. And then the little watch beeps off on Yakuto's corner. He's like, 4 points. Somebody beat two more people. Class F is small, but that also means we have more prey than other classes. We can win and get up in what's it called? And that's Discord going off again. I really need to shut Discord off. I really do. When I'm doing these streams, Discord just has a habit of doing these things. But anyway, we can win and get up close and personal with God. And then you have one person off on the side just saying, "Nice. Sup." With slick back hair, got a nice coat on. Yagato looks over. He's like, "I'm Eris, a third year. Nice to meet you, firstie." And Yagato's like, "I'd be happy to fight you, senpai." And he's like, "Hold up. Hold up. I don't want to duke it out with you." And Yagato sweating like, "Wow, nani? Like, what's this vibe I'm getting? He's strong. You you killed your teacher, the chef, and Cuckoo right off the bat. You even took out the vice principal the other day. I looked into you. You're such a troublemaker, huh? People say he's the head of the delinquents. You're no ordinary student yourself. I want to keep things nice and chill. I'll be out of here in a year. So I don't want to stand out too much. You can take Cougar's place at the top. And he's like, huh? Well, and again, this guy is just not doing anything, okay? And Yakuto freaking out because you see what's happening to his body. And he's like, wait, my body's moving on its own. I didn't mean to. That's my power. You got me. Like at first when I saw this panel with his with Yakuto losing control of his arm, I kind of thought to myself, is he about to pull some shit? Like some real shit that we don't even know what's to be expected? But no. He says, "That's my power. You got me." And Yakuto's even confused. He's like, "5? Well, what's his deal?" Then you cut over to Raizen, and Raizen's doing some cool shit too. You know, slicing people in half. Like, slicing people in half vertically, not horizontally, but vertically. Like, think like Kenpachi from Bleach. You know that moment in Bleach in the Fullbring arc when Kenpachi like sliced like the butler dude. I forget his name. It ain't Ginjo, okay? It ain't Tsukushima. Ain't Riruka either. The butler dude, okay? Kenpachi cut this man in half vertically, and that's what Raizen's doing right now with the sword. He's cutting the student up. Don't even know what year he's in, but he's cutting him in half vertically. And I'm like, damn, my God. Like, even the students here off in the corner is like, hey, that guy, didn't the chef cut him into pieces? How is he still alive? And then, of course, you have the little watch beeping off again. 6. There is this monster in our class, a necromancer named Mikoto. And from here on out, we transition back over to Mikoto with Boltogar, right? And Boltogar's like, watch me die. That's hilarious. Did I do something to make you hate me? And dude, this shot is peak, okay? Like, I'll tell you this right now. This, by all accounts, could have been the thumbnail for this discussion, okay? Well, like, because as I was reading this chapter, I kind of thought to myself, "Oh my god, that shot looks amazing. This double page spread, that will be the thumbnail of the stream." Like, I was dead set on this panel because she's like, "Meet your doom," and you see her like just pulling out all the corpses, and Balticore's like, "Oh, you took down the vice principal, so it seems you've misunderstood. One of the 4 demon teachers can't be beat by a single student on her own." And based on his dialogue, you can tell there's a lot of C puns here, okay? Very, seamlessly. I know that was bad, but we gotta be serious here, okay? We gotta be absolutely for real. Because what we're getting is actually saying a lot, okay? Because Baltimore is proving what he's doing, okay? As one of the 4 demon teachers, he is, putting Mikoto in her place. That's what it looks like, right? With all the corpses that Mikoto summoned up, he's using like the water pillars. She's like, water came up from the ground, and like he binds Mikoto too, and sinks her into the abyss. And as that's going on, he's like, an ocean of fun. But because like there's bones in the ocean, right? And Mikoto's thinking, okay, I can still do this too. But Voldegar's like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is not how it's gonna work out. I will still reign supreme. I'm one of the 4 demon teachers. I will show you why I'm the best. And he still tries to do that, okay? He uses plasma squid ink, which is kind of like a jolt shock, okay? That's what he does. It's like a jolt shock attack. And you see how much damage it puts to Mikoto. And he says, my root is cracking. You can't beat me underwater. and you see like the damages and the bruise that's done to Mikoto. I feel bad for her in this moment. I really do. And he says, "I want this one too." Looks again another sea reference, or in this case, like body of water reference. Looks like she'll sell for a lot. And as soon as he says that, then you see Mikoto's eyes like wide shut, right? Like it opens wide open, and she says, "Necro birth. There are corpses even here." And she sends Boltogar back to the ground, and he's like, "Looks like you're not half bad." And Mikoto just says it straight. She's like, "I know all about you. Vice Principal Bren, who was a scumbag who slaughtered any student he didn't like. Lozen makes his students into his possessions," which we know about that. And I mean, look, Lozen, Frey's coming for you, okay? Frey is coming straight for you and gonna make sure you never see the light of day. And then there's Lilith, which she says, "I'm sure I can dig up dirt on Lilith too. And as for you, under the pretext that they've been lost at sea, you sell students to human traffickers every year. They net they net me a ton of cash. It makes me happy as a clam." And Mikoto's just like, "So, you admit it. What of it, little lady? That's my privilege as a ruler of the seas." And then Mikoto starts to form something, okay? Like just within the very palms of her hand, she showcases a badge. And as soon as I saw this shot, like I was like, okay, forget about the Meet Your Doom panel. This shot in particular, this one spoke so much because it answered something we've been super curious about Mikoto with her backstory, okay? Like, we already knew based on the ending of the last chapter that she was already going to be going after Boltogar, right? There was some kind of connection that she had for Boltogar. She told him, "I came to Dead Rock to watch you die in particular." And knowing that, just that little bit of dialogue alone just kind of had me thinking, I wonder what the backstory is on that. And it's not necessarily to say that we get a lot, but it does say, like, within like this little panel, not little panel, within like this shot, this dialogue alone, okay? I'm gonna read it. "On behalf of the Demon World Secret Service Agency, Ghost, I will hereby execute you." And that's where, she shows off the badge. Um, you have the ghost, symbol in the corner. Very Pac-Man like, okay? Like that the whole ghost motif here is it reminds me of like Pac-Man. Like like when the ghosts are there and like they're always trying to go after Pac-Man? Like that's what that little ghost symbol reminds me of. And to be fair, Hero has always kind of been like a gamer. And that's been like that since day one, okay? I mean, look, I'm currently going through a reread of Rave Master at the moment. And recently, like in one of the chapters that I reread, like Gale pulls out an Exceller and gives it to Haru, right? And I'm like, yo, Excellers are just things you find in video games. So I think it's just kind of funny how, and he, like I said, he's always been like that. He has a way of he has a way of throwing in his love for video games, like into the actual story. I mean, dude, Eden Zero, okay? You have this moment with Rebecca against. Oh my god, why am I blanking on her right now? Hold up. I am not gonna blank on this because this was a cool moment. I'm not gonna lie. This was like a really, really cool moment with Rebecca. But I'm gonna actually go through, okay? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see. Just because this is kind of a big deal. Okay. With Joker Helix. There we go. So the whole battle between her and Joker Helix, that was like a whole video game simulation. Okay, and the same thing with the Digitalis arc. That was all kind of based around a video game. So, given that you have a little bit of like the Pac-Man like ghost symbol, like just as the logo for Ghost, I think also just shows, continues to emphasize of Hero's love for game. And again, it's a cool Easter egg, really cool. But to continue on with what Mikoto says, I will hereby execute you. And just based on Boltogar's reaction, like the man is like sweating as shit. All the pompous talk that he was having was like, "Oh, you can't do anything to me." As soon as Mikoto mentions this, that she is a part of the Secret Service agency Ghost, like the dude's sweating, almost like he's about to shut down. Which has me thinking, like, yo, how top tier is this agency? I really do have to wonder, like, how top tier is this? And this dude that or actually uh this is when we cut back to Yakuto with Ares like on the floor. He's just so Ghost made their move and he's confused and he's like Ghost. I'm like, that's the ending of the chapter. So given that, okay, one, we now know a little bit more about Mikoto. She is a student, yeah, but we now come to find out that not only was she here for Boltogar, she's an agent, a top secret agent. And that to me, that just opened up more for this world of Dead Rock, okay? A secret service agency. Now all of this is starting to make sense. Because remember, Dead Rock is meant to be a limited series, right? But Hero mentioned in one of like his Twitter spaces that he thought of ideas for Dead Rock and that things might begin expanding. So I wonder if this is going to be one of those things where now we're going to expand on even more stuff for Dead Rock. Because like at first I was thinking, I don't think this is going to end within 4 volumes. I really don't. Like at first, the beginning, I was thinking, okay, maybe you could pull off a 4 volume miniseries, but with this, like I said, and I talked about this with my good buddy Blue Star. Um, what I said in one of his streams is that probably like at this current point in time with Dead Rock, the most I could probably see as reaching is like say 10 volumes. Which, like I said, this is either going to be the penultimate chapter of Volume 4, or this is the second chapter of Volume 4. It's one of those two. Because from what I heard, apparently Chapter 13, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but apparently Chapter 13 is the actual ending of. Yeah. So yeah, from what I've heard, Chapter 14 is like the actual ending of. What's it called? Uh, yeah. So basically, okay, what I'm trying to say here is that chapter 13, that would actually be the ending of volume 4. I don't know why it took me a while to just finish all that, but that's the thing. So if that's the case, then technically chapter 14 is the start of volume 4. But by all accounts, volume 4 starts this. Okay? And that the that means chapter 16 will be the penultimate chapter of volume 4. And then 17 will be the final chapter of the volume. If I'm getting my math correctly, and 13 is the actual ending of Volume 4, that's, that's Volume 3. If Volume 3 actually ends with Chapter 13, which, looking at the volume itself, okay, that would mean, like, what would that be? One, two, like, 13, right? So, if this goes up to 13, Volume 4, right? That would give us, what, a total of one, two, three, four. So, 6 chapters for Volume 3, right? That's a pretty beefy volume. But thinking about it now, with the ending of volume of well, I said volume, with the ending of chapter 13, I could actually see this being a case where having this as the cliffhanger for volume 3, chapter 13, I think is actually kind of fitting because then say you go into volume 4 and you start off with this. This would be pretty good. No lie, this would actually be pretty good as a good starter. And given that, with where we are right now with Dead Rock, I mean, look, things have only been progressing, okay? That's the thing with Dead Rock. Things have been moving and it's been like elevating with each chapter that hero has delivered. And it shows. It shows with what he's doing. He's doing a phenomenal job. And keep in mind too, this is a monthly series. So this isn't a case like with say with Ray Master, with Fairy Tale, with Eden Zero especially. Like all those were weekly series. This is monthly. So the next chapter, I mean, we still got some time. At the very like, if I'm estimating this correctly, we still got like maybe what 3 weeks at most. Yeah, like if not 3 weeks, definitely like let's say 4 weeks from today. 4 weeks from today, we're gonna get the next chapter, and I can't wait to see with what we learn about because just Mikoto mentioning that you know she's a part of a secret organization, a secret service, I should say. And just knowing that, okay, this entire time she's been a secret agent, that just opens up the door for more possibilities for Dead Rock. And something I don't think I've mentioned too much on stream, but I have mentioned it on Twitter. Mikoto's always been like a super fascinating character for me since day one. Okay, like from her design, there was always something where I was like, I want to know about her character. Like there's something intriguing about her. And again, much like with the last chapter, this chapter we're only just like slowly peeling away at the layers of who Mikoto is. And the next chapter, chapter 16, I bet you 100% is going to blow this chapter out of the water. And that is what I'm going to bet on 110%. But what's my overall rating on this chapter of Dead Rock? Well, consider this. The fact that this person, the fact that Ares said, so Ghost made their move. To me, that kind of tells me that he's aware of what's going on. That he may also be a part of some other, like, say, like, counter organization member. Like, maybe like a rivalry of sorts. Like, you know, like how in Eden Zero, you had the Galactica and you had the Interstellar group? I wonder if you have something similar here with Dead Rock, where you have Ghost and then you have like some other like rival organization. And this dude in particular could be like a part of like a rival organization. I'm just throwing things out there. But overall, this chapter, I'm gonna give it an amazing plus. It was an amazing plus chapter of Dead Rock. Now, I could have gone pure perfection, but the only nitpick is that I do feel like we could have delved into more stuff with the like learning that she's a part of Ghost is really cool. Okay, and it's also really cool seeing the other characters like take part in what they're doing too, like with Frey, with Hani, with Zelecia, with Raizen. Like All that stuff was really cool. I love that stuff. Even like Shiki getting, I said, Shiki! Man, that's, I miss season 0. Shit. But, oh, dude. Seeing what Yagato could do is great. But obviously, the main highlight is Mikoto. 110% she is the highlight. And even though it was cool knowing that she's a part of the secret organization, there is still a lot more we don't know about. And next chapter, we will learn more. We will definitely learn more. And I can't wait to see what that's going to be. And that's the only reason why I didn't give it the pure perfection rating, because I do feel like we could have delved more into that. But I think Hero's going to save that for next month. 110%. He is going to save that for next month. And I mean, yeah, it's really telling. It really, really is telling. And wow, like I'm at a loss for words right now. Not just because of this chapter, but and I should have actually started this at the beginning of the stream. But today we did lose James Earl Jones, and that has to be worth saying, because James Earl Jones, such a prominent figure, such a legendary actor, Mufasa, Darth Vader. Hard to believe. Honestly, it is. It's just hard to believe that he's gone. And even though he's gone, he won't be forgotten. Ever. Ever. As long as we have these movies, as long as we have, like, the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, Rebels, Lion King, he'll always live on. Always. And I want to close it off with that. With that as, like, just the final words for Justice Stream. Again, even though I didn't get a chance to address it properly in the beginning, it is worth noting, because, like, just knowing this, know that even though he is gone, he's up there. He's up there just watching down on all of this. And before I get, super spiritual and super, philosophical with this, that's pretty much all I have to say, you guys, when it comes to this live stream discussion / review on Dead Rock Chapter 15. Let me know what you guys' thoughts were on this chapter. What's your favorite part about it? Do you have any gripes with the chapter? How do you guys feel about Mikoto now as a character? What more do you think we're going to learn more about her? And what do you guys think this organization is for Ghost? Let me know what you guys thought in the comment sections down below. And aside from that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm LuckyRave. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Dead Rock content, Hero Mashima content. Big RIP to the legend, the GOAT, that is James Earl Jones. Rest in peace, man. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Laters.